Good morning. Welcome to Bolsa Chit Chats today, and we have Officer Roland Perez, and we have the community service Jenifer Martinez here in our program. We talk a little about the homeless issue, and there's a lot of homeless issue in our Westminster right now, and we just want to know how we're going to solve that. Is that something easy we can do in one day, Officer?
No, solving homelessness is going to take a community effort. It's going to take the state and federal to come up with solutions in order to resolve that problem. Mm-hmm. No one person has solved it yet, but here in Westminster, we're really trying to go outside the box and try to reduce our homeless population here.
The officer Roland nói là cái homeless là không phải là một người làm, mà cái đó state, federal và tất cả community phải làm chung vô để mình có một cái chương trình hay để solution, tức là help những người homeless. I know that I look in the Western website, there's a lot of people calling for homeless issue, but we have only certain officers coming out and initiate that because is that due of the lacking, we don't have enough officer, or because it's too much?
So it's twofold. We do have an issue right now with staffing, and that's all across the board. All cities are having the same kind of trying to get the quality candidates to be a police officer. But on the other part, there's 2 officers that do homeless. My other partner's out, so right now I'm just by myself. So I do handle all the homeless calls for service for the city of Westminster when I'm here. But then when I'm not here, patrol has to do that, and they're so understaffed that it gets, the list keeps growing, and it does take almost all day to get through all the calls.
Yeah, Officer Ron nói là tại bây giờ đó là cái nhân viên thì ít, mà cái homeless thì nhiều, thành thử do đó bây giờ chỉ có một mình ông lo cái vấn đề này thôi. Nếu mà ông không có giờ đó thì sẽ có nhân viên của sở cảnh sát làm. So what is your position to do the community service, working with the homeless outreach?
So Officer Perez is usually the person who contacts the homeless population, and if they're interested in shelter, I'm the person that does the shelter referral. If they're interested in getting mental health services, I'm the person that will connect them to mental health. If they're interested in a detox, I'm the person who connects them to whatever service it is that they feel they.
So you're in the office?
I'm in the office, and sometimes I go out and do outreach.
Oh, I see. Thì cô Jennifer này có làm trong back office á, là giấy tờ để lo, thì những officer này nói những người này cần cái gì đó thì cô lo giấy tờ, thì thỉnh thoảng cô đi ra ngoài. So when you go out interview these homeless, is that pretty hard for you to do things like that? Because these people, they're not like normal mind like everybody, so it's kind of hard to talk to them. And
some people can be difficult to talk with, but a lot of them do. You can't have a conversation with them because if they use drugs or if they have mental illness, they still can hold it together enough to have a conversation. It may take 20 times for me to contact the same person before they decide that they want help.
Oh, I see. The officer nói rất là khó, tại vì những người này là về thuốc, nghiện thuốc, với lại về mental, tức là đầu óc không được tỉnh táo lắm, từ do đó có nhiều khi phải tới 20 phút để nói chuyện mới biết được cái người đó như thế nào. So when you come, you wear the uniform like that, do they kind of, wait, stay away from me? Or are they kind of afraid, anything like that? Or?
So we use these uniforms. It's a little bit different than what the police officers use. The police tend to have the blue outfits. So this is kind of like the softer look. So it does help to kind of bridge that gap so they're not scared. They know I'm a police officer, but they know I'm there also to help them out.
Thì Officer Roland nói là cái uniform của ông mặc đó thì nó nhẹ hơn là những cái uniform cảnh sát. Thì những người homeless khi họ tới, họ gặp đó, thì họ có thể nói chuyện được hơn là những cái uniform cảnh sát. So are you working like 8 hours or how your working hours? I mean, you work 8 hours?
I work 4 days a week, 10 hours a day.
Oh. So what happens on midnight if you have a call in? You have to go out,
No,
or
patrol will handle it.
Oh, patrol had to handle that, and they report it to you, or
Yeah, they'll send an email or they'll call me and leave a voicemail, and then I'll follow up. But usually, like if it's a call for service, they'll go out and handle it. And then if somebody wants help and they contacted them at midnight, they'll call me, and then I will follow up with them that next morning.
Ok, thì hôm nay sau cái giờ làm việc của ông đó thì những cảnh sát patrol á sẽ đi làm việc những cái đó và sẽ make a report cho Jennifer hoặc ông để sau đó mình ngồi mình nói chuyện. So you know I heard that City Garden Grove will have a navigation center shelter that they're working on that right now. It's fairly new because I talked to assistant manager Mary Strike, and then she say that working on that. It's going to take for a while to establish that. So the Westminster and Fountain Valley will be part of that. Is that
Correct. So Garden Grove, Fountain Valley, and Westminster are all coming together to build the shelter. It will be in Garden Grove, but that's, the point is that we're able to get 3 cities in to really help cover the costs for these beds, because it is kind of an expensive cost for each city to do by themselves.
yeah. Thì Tuấn Dũng có hỏi là sẽ một cái navigation center trên Garden Grove để thành phố Fountain Valley nè, với lại Westminster sẽ chung vô để làm cái đó. Is that located pretty close to East Saigon then? I look at the map, it's not far from here.
I'm not sure where exactly.
I saw that's a 1380, 871 West Street.
West Street, I'm not sure where that is.
Yeah, I think it's on the Garden Grove, so it's not too far from the Garden Grove. So.
But to piggyback, it's not going to be an open shelter where you can walk in and walk out. Yale, which is the Orange County shelter, they have it set up. It's gated. You have to come in through a shuttle or leave through a shuttle, so you can't just come and go. It's very, very organized and secluded, so they can still walk around and do their stuff inside. But if they need to go to an appointment or something, they have to take a shuttle or a car.
It's provided to them.
It is
so
provided
they can
to
go.
them. Exactly.
Okay.
So I imagine, I haven't seen the site. I don't know how it's all going to work. But 99% of the shelters in Orange County have all gone this way, because before, when it was just walk and go, it was causing more problems. So it's very organized, and they keep it clean. And obviously they want, they don't want any of the business owners to be upset too. So they'll work with the business owners. Hey, call us if you see somebody walking around, and they really try to control, any issues outside of that shelter space.
The officer Roland nói là những cái shelter đó nó sẽ mở, nhưng những người đó muốn đi ra đi vô thì sẽ có shelter để provide cho những người đó để đi bác sĩ hoặc đi đâu đó, chứ không có open to walk in. So if the city in the Westminster, if I have a problem with the homeless come to my business and start disturb that, I call the police, Westminster, right? And talk to the dispatch about it.
Correct. Yes. Call the non-emergency telephone number. You don't need to call 911, and then let them know what's going on. You can also report it on the Westminster Police Department website. Under the homeless outreach, there's a little email tab that you can click, and that sends that email to me, and I can go handle it.
Yeah, quý vị thấy những cái homeless mà tới cái business của mình đó, quý vị có thể gọi cho đừng có gọi 911, don't call 911, but call the police of Westminster for the home outreach, or email them, and the email will come to the officer Roland here, and he will take a look and will send people out to work on that. Are you work on a back office? There's a lot of document that you have to deal with.
There is. Again, it just depends on the type of service that each individual is requesting. So there is the referral forms to shelter, which is Yale, the only shelter that we're able to use because it is county funded.
Okay.
To receive, again, like mental health, depending on where I'm connecting them to, they might need a referral form to be signed for me to have their consent to okay.
So you're the one who preview the paperwork and look over to see what need to be done and where to send it to. Okay, so cô Jennifer là bổn phận của cô là coi những cái report của cảnh sát, rồi coi đó, từ đó coi cái người homeless đó đi trong cái tình trạng như thế nào và gửi người ta đi tới cái chỗ đó. I think there's a lot of problem. The homeless doesn't want to go shelter because of regulation that they have to follow. That's why they don't want to go.
There's lots of reasons that they say they don't want to go, but eventually, like I said, it takes 20 contacts before they decide that maybe being out on the street isn't worth it. So they'll at least try the shelter. for the most part, the people that we do get in do really like it because, like I said, it's very organized now. It's not like before. We've had problems with poorly built shelter, but the idea right now, the way that I imagine Garter Grove's going to set it up, is going to be outside the box and really push and try to get these people to stay.
Yeah. Thì ông nói bây giờ những cái shelter đó nó very well organized, thành thử do đó nó không còn có nhiều cái rắc rối như giống hồi xưa nữa. Thành thử do đó những người homeless giờ bắt đầu từ từ người ta tìm những shelter đó. Oh, by the way, we have a question for you. On October 15th, you're going to have a pop-ups event. Can you tell us a little bit on that?
Yes, it's for the community. We're going to have the homeless outreach portion of it, but we also have involved churches from Westminster involved, and some other organizations. I believe we're going to try to have some food. There may be like some free clothing to give away. And also there's Orange County is going to be some Orange County agencies to help with any resources that anybody might like.
Thì hôm nay thôi pop-up là 15 tây này sẽ có homeless outreach, thì có cảnh sát, có tất cả những hội đoàn tới, thì có đồ ăn, rồi có trẻ cho quần áo. Thì on October 15, what time is that will be?
It's going to be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Từ 10 giờ sáng đến 2 giờ ngay trong khu ABC đối diện kế bên B of A. Thì quý vị nhớ tới ngày October 15. Time is up right now, officer, and I really thank you very much for coming here, both of you, and thank for your service for the community. And I hope that we have a more section later on to kind of transparent and then give out to the people to understand about it.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you
us.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.